Robert, what do you think of the monkeypox outbreak?
Monkeypox outbreak is nothing to be panicking about, as I understand it. What is more important is the welcome in Birmingham this Thursday to the gay community that's coming from Africa, where all those nations in Africa, it is still a criminal offence against God's wishes, against God. So they're all going to be made welcome in Birmingham. 20 miles away, I was born there. That's the good news for LGBTQ. And things are progressing. 35 countries, I've got a list of legalized gay marriage, mostly Christian countries. So what do you think about that?
Well, Robert, it's a good point.
Not Poland, of course, not Poland or the Vatican or Italy.
Yeah, of course.
They're miles behind.
Well, not Italy.
Miles behind.
Italy's legalised it.
What?
Italy's legalised it.
It's legal in
It's not
Poland.
crime in Italy. It's not crime in Italy.
What are you talking about?
Homosexual acts are not a crime in Italy.
I know that.
All right, you said Italy, Poland, and so on.
I'm saying they're not going to legalise gay marriage in the Vatican easy, don't they? We know they're all gays there, but that doesn't mean to say they're going to legalise.
A good number, it seems.
There are a good number.
Yeah, I don't. Now, think about the African countries.
The African countries.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it the case?
Millions of gay people in Africa are being persecuted, don't you understand?
But Robert, listen though. Isn't it the case?
God's will, go on. I'm listening.
Isn't it the case that a lot of these African countries have legalised homosexuality?
Where?
Like the ones you're talking about.
Legalised it?
There's some have legalised it, haven't they?
Not many. South Africa for one.
Isn't it though they're leaned on by Western nations to do it? I read that the British government was threatening to withdraw aid if they didn't legalise it.
Theresa May said at a Commonwealth conference, we will help those countries if they legalise it. Some have, some haven't. India has. You recall that Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop of Cape Town, is dead now. He had a gay daughter who was married to another woman.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know.
I'm learning stuff from you, aren't I? I'm learning from you.
He said he'd rather go to hell than be homophobic. Desmond Tutu. Tutu, a good man.
Don't mess with my tutu.
Christian man.
Don't mess with my tutu. Now, Robert.
Yes, Philip.
If Theresa May said, we'll help those countries that support homosexual rights.
Those countries which change their draconian laws.
Okay.
That's what she said.
So she said then.
She's apologised to the gay community for the way we were treated.
Okay.
Remember, the first 30 years of my life, homosexuality was a criminal offence in this country for what God created.
And you're a young man as well. Now, if Theresa May said she'd help those countries that, you know, are positive about homosexual rights, that means the British government would not help those countries that followed a different path.
Perhaps that's so. I wouldn't care less about that.
Don't you
She
think?
offered to help those countries, and since she said that, India is decriminalised. After 50 years from British, when the British left India.
Robert,
50 years
here's my point.
Ancient British law.
Here's my point.
Ancient British law.
Here's my point.
When is Poland going to drag itself out?
One moment with Poland.
I met a party of young
Let's
people
not go to
from
Poland yet.
I met a party of youngsters from Poland. They came up, one of them came up to me after they'd scattered around, and she said, thank you for speaking. She said, I've had to live in the closet. A young lady living in the closet in a European country. When Britain went to war to defend Poland, when Hitler invaded
Actually,
Poland,
it didn't, you know.
Britain declared war
You know
with
what?
France
You know what?
and Germany.
After Dunkirk, no British soldier set foot in combat against the German army in Europe for 4 years. So there wasn't much defending of Poland going on. Now listen, what I'm getting at here is, don't you think there's an issue here of racial discrimination and imperialism when a white country like Britain tells an African country what to do, otherwise it won't give it aid?
It's not telling it what to do, it's asking if it will what is right, you see. you're forgetting. You said to me years ago, you haven't got a conscience. You said that to me.
Did I?
Black and white.
Did I?
You haven't got a conscience.
Did I?
And
Now, Robert, focus. You see, these African countries, they make their laws as independent countries.
That was an overlap from
Rich.
British rule.
Well, but now they're free, right?
Well, they're slow to act.
Independent.
They're slow to act.
But countries like Britain are saying, if you don't do as we say, we're going to not give you aid.
I don't know about that.
This is so?
We've cut the aid in any case. We've cut the aid
But for that reason, because they're not doing what we say. So what do you think of that? Now, Robert, you're not going to answer that.
I don't need to.
If it were the case, since you don't know about it, if it were the case that a European nation, or the USA or Canada or any first world nation was saying,
Netherlands or France,
if they were saying yes,
Spain,
yes,
or Portugal,
yes,
or Austria, or Switzerland, or the Scandinavian countries, all legalised gay marriage.
if they said to an African country south of the Sahara, you must change your laws on homosexuality. If you don't, we'll give you no
I
aid.
don't believe that's ever been said.
If it were,
That's not diplomatic, you silly
Okay.
Billy.
Robert then,
Diplomats don't talk that
so then,
language.
Robert, if it were said, would you condemn it?
That's so hypothetical and so in the clouds.